Greetings, YouTube. I'm not a fan of capitalism. I engage in it because I have no choice. But I'm not completely opposed to the concept of a market economy. What I'm opposed is the concept of a market economy that has no restraints upon it. See, under capitalism, you and I serve the market. And as soon as we cease to serve the market casts us aside. It has no use for us. And that isn't a healthy way to run a society. Now look at socialism. Now socialism says the market lives to serve you. And as soon as the market ceases to serve you, we toss the market aside. And that's a much healthier way of looking at the market. That the market needs to serve the people. That the people come before the market. I'm of the opinion that a business license is not a free ride. It's not a get out of jail free ride for oppression and exploitation. It is permission granted to you, the business owner, by the people, at the people's suffrage. You're taking a gamble. You're opening a business. And the people have said, okay, we're going to let you take that gamble, just as so long as you serve the people. And as soon as that business ceases to serve the people, we don't have a need for that business anymore. And frankly, I think we should seize that business, all of its assets. And if the owner's really lucky, they just lose everything. If they're not lucky, we throw them in prison and they lose everything. Because when a business ceases to serve the people, it's normally because that business owner has broken the law, because they've stolen wages, which is an incredibly huge amount of money every year in America. I think it's something like $50 billion a year are stolen from workers by their companies. Or they've violated environmental protections. Or they've done something else which is horrible and terrible. And they thought they could get away with it because they looked upon a business license as just free reign, and it isn't. Businesses exist because we let them exist. They, like capitalism, are not part of the natural cycle. They are not like weather that we just have to put up with. No, they exist as human inventions, and they can be changed, as can all human inventions. And we need to make sure that the business owners understand that they exist at our suffrage, that they have no right to exist, that no business has a right to exist. Individuals have rights in America. Businesses are not individuals. They have no right to freedom of speech. They have no right to religious freedoms. They are artificial entities that exist simply as a piece of paper. And yet we've let them have so much power in America, and we shouldn't. The markets need to serve us. We do not serve the markets. And that's the way it is right now in America. You serve to live the markets, live to serve the markets. And the politicians in charge have been purchased by the business owners. And then along come the pundits and the economists that justify the situation like that, such as it is. And the American people lap it up and just accept it. Well, it's time not to accept it, which is why I'm a big proponent of progressive politicians that are very, very few on the ground when it comes to the Democrats. There aren't a lot of progressive Democrats. I support them. I hope there are more of them someday. But right now, there aren't many progressive Democrats. There are two progressive candidates amongst the Democrats. That's Sanders and Warren, and I don't think either of them is progressive enough for my taste, though Sanders is more than Warren. I again would like to have AOC as my president. I just can't at the moment because she's too young. But the idea that capitalism is some force of nature, that it exists beyond human understanding and control, is utter bullshit. It exists because we have created it, and it will continue to exist because we continue to allow it to exist. So it's time to start changing the system. It's time to start making sure businesses pay their taxes, and that there are strong environmental laws and strong laws to protect labor. Labor is more important than capital. Always has been, always will be. You can have all the money in the world. It won't do you what a good if you don't have people who are going to work for you to do what needs to be done. Labor is more important than capital is. Like I said, always has been, always will be. We need to take the nation back from those who have purchased it and have bought the government. And those people are businesses. Capitalism is the problem, not the answer to anything. The markets need to support us. The markets need to serve us. When they don't, it's time to change the markets. It's time to vote for candidates who are willing to make the politicians do their jobs, make the system do its job, make the businesses do theirs. That they are part of us, not separate from us. And they must serve us or cease to exist.